So yesterday I made a video about Jonah Hill and the
Right.
recent drama that he has found himself in via his ex-girlfriend Sarah Brady,
Bullshit,
who
by the way.
recently went on this Instagram tirade where she basically accused her ex-boyfriend Jonah Hill of being a narcissist, misogynist who wanted to control every aspect of her life. Now, needless to say, in my
Bullshit.
last video, I was not exactly persuaded by her evidence at hand, and it really just seemed to me more like a relationship that never really should have happened because the two were not very compatible in what they wanted in their life. And since I made that video, the posting from Sarah has not stopped, and in my opinion, she's continued to make herself look worse and worse,
Okay.
while Jonah looks more and more sane and reasonable by the text. Now, here's one of the first texts that
Bro, I told you, she just wants her 15 minutes. She saw all these other female celebrity girlfriends. I mean, there's all these other celebrity girlfriends that were getting their 15 minutes by claiming that their ex or their boyfriend, you know, treated them some type of way. And so she was like, damn, I gotta get in on this. And so now she did the same thing. Like, what you mean?
she shared, this is apparently sometime after they had broken up, maybe a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, and they were still trying to keep their relationship cordial. So Jonah says, I'm around in a few hours. You on, Sarah? She says, hey Jojo, today is a busy one, but I might skip the panel. And I believe at this time she is going to some sort of law school. And he says, well, I'm free at 2 my time for an hour if you want to catch up. Other than that, I'm pretty slammed. To which she says, I want to, but I can't leave my contracts class 45 minutes early. I can call you at 11:40 my time, or if I get out early, I'll call you then. So as you could see, they had remained in communication. I guess they were trying to be friendly. Then
Yeah,
Jonah
makes
tells
sense.
her, I don't want you to bail on school, that's important. I know I don't need to, but in the spirit of pure respect to our friendship and appreciation for each other, I did want to be transparent that I did start dating someone recently. I'm sorry if that is painful, it just happened and I didn't want to not be transparent with you ever, as I care about you. And she says, thanks for letting me know, probably best if we don't talk for a while, and you need to figure out where that's headed. To which he replies, I appreciate and understand that. So I
Okay.
guess between the time they had broken up and him entering this new relationship, they were still talking, they were still friendly, even though he was this crazy misogynist. And so this is actually the same day, I guess the paparazzi got a hold of a picture of him and his new girl.
Okay.
She says impressive turnaround time, by the way, even though the two hadn't dated for 5 whole months here.
It's been 5 months and now she's like, oh my God, bro.
And then she shares a paparazzi article, I believe that's from TMZ, and says, can you let your publicist know that ain't me? Trying to start a career over here. So this shows me that he was very upset about the fact that Jonah had moved on. And not only that, but she was really pissed off that the tabloid was claiming that this other woman was her. If there's one thing
Shit.
that
I mean, I
women
guess.
hate, it's being compared to other women or being mistaken for other women. That's even worse.
I mean, I could see why. I mean, I would be pissed if I got mistaken for another dude.
And then she sends him another text saying, not that it's really my business, but out of my personal chicks before dicks code, if that's head anywhere other than a hookup or a fling talking about this new girl that he currently has a baby with, I'd appreciate if you make that woman aware of how recently you've been flirting with me, sexting me,
What?
and leaning on me for partner level emotional support. To which Jonah replies, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah,
So
what?
basically she's trying to involve herself in his new relationship, despite the fact that these two have been broken up for 5 months, and he was very upfront with her about the fact that he was now seeing someone else. Basically, she's mad here that sometime in the recent past he hit her up for that virtual booty call. Then Jonah goes on to say, I have been there for you as a friend, which I have made very clear. And not only is it not your business, as I only mentioned it to you out of respect and friendship, but I have not been flirting with you or sexting you in any way where it would be inappropriate at this time to start dating someone else. And if anything, I have felt for your change and tried to be a good and supportive friend as you transition to a scary environment. And to be crystal clear, I have not flirted or sexted with you in any way, shape, or form in months, and went to say goodbye to you as a super kind gesture that you seem to have appreciated because it was kind. I'm sorry if it's upsetting that I would move on at all 6 months later, but I have handled you and I with the utmost love and respect. Thanks, don't ruin all the kindness, you're better than that. And then I guess she shared where they were having a bit of a steamy conversation, And as you can see by the dates there, when they're having that current conversation, it's 8:31. They were having the steamy conversation on 7:13. So that is over a month and a half before, you know, he went more public with this new girl. She says, whatever helps you get through the day, gotta focus on mine now, adios. And he says, this is a new side of you, Sarah. I care about you and will always be a friend, as I have been.
Yeah, your friend.
Did 2 months ago, and that is accurate. That is almost 2 months ago. Jonah then says, screenshotting intimate text between us is a huge triggering violation for me, and breach of trust as a friend, as I have explained to you about breaches of trust I have had recently between trusted friends that have caused me trauma. I am incredibly hurt and feel a lack of safety where I have always trusted you. I'm sorry if a former partner moving on is painful, and I empathize with that. But I've done nothing wrong, and if I wasn't a public person, wouldn't face this kind of violation. And having shared that with you, and then watching you be like this today shatters my ability to trust anybody even further. I have always shown you kindness and support. And what he's talking about there is some messages that I'm going to show you guys here in a minute. That she was leaking onto some sort of more private Instagram. She was leaking all this private information about Jonah because she was so mad at the fact that he had moved on. Jonah goes on to say, but no, I've been supportive of you and a friend. And she says, you have? And eventually one of us would move on, and I knew that, and it's been 6 months, and I feel that is appropriate. It's complicated, sure, a phone call could help, but not now. I have a busy day ahead of me, work to do. And then he says, to say you feel gaslit when I was being nice is absurd. So yeah, basically he was trying to keep things cordial, he was still trying to keep her as a friend, and she saw that as him trying to basically string her along. Now here's where things get very interesting to me. So it's continuing that text where he says, to say you feel gaslit when I was being nice is absurd. You were hurt that I kissed someone and that I am beginning to date. Fair. You have not been gaslit. You have been treated, in fact, incredibly, both emotionally and financially.
Oh,
so there was a financial element to this relationship that was still going on months after they were not together. He said that he's been a trusted ear when she needed one, and that he eventually moved on after she moved away. Like a gentleman, he says. And then he's talking about how he was stalked outside of his home. He's talking about those paparazzi photos that leaked his new girlfriend. And he's saying now you're trying to frame that as him being inappropriate or him gaslighting her, and he won't stand for it. He said, I've treated you beautifully. I'm sorry you were hurt. I have been hurt by certain things you have done. I'm sorry the media is allowed to stalk me. So basically she was mad at him for something out of his control. And she says, you have been kind and supportive and also in need of my support. And that's where it's been confusing to me as to where we stand. So I thought this guy was some sort of misogynist. I thought he was some sort of insane person. But now you're saying basically, I still wanted to be with you. This is why I use the word gaslight. I'm not saying it's intentional. I'm really fucking shocked and confused right now. Wondering how soon before you met me, you were still talking to Gianna.
Oh my God.
5 months ago, we were in escrow here. You wanted to put a ring on my finger and a baby in me ASAP. And we've kept in pretty close, intimate communication since then. So yeah, this just further shows me that she's kind of mad that this other woman might finally give him what he actually wants in his lifestyle, and maybe she's mad that she missed the boat.
I agree. I mean, like, really, it just seems like she's just angry about that. When I don't know who broke up with who, but it seemed like she broke up with him, and then she moved away. Like, how could she still think that there was like that intimate connection between them when she decided to move away? And obviously, it looks like she's going to school and shit. So that's what's up. But did she didn't, so it seems like she didn't say, yeah, she's going to school, but she still wants, you know, she didn't make it clear to him that she was still hoping to get back together with him or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So after she moved away, he, you know what I'm saying, he moved on. Yeah, they kept in touch, but like, they kept in touch as friends, and he kept saying, you know, I'll always be there for you as a friend. He kept making that clear. So why is she getting upset now about it when he kept saying, I'll be there as a friend, friend. It was clear he had friend zoned her. And now that he's being seen with another woman, she's pissed about it. But he at least told her about it. She didn't just find out randomly. He told her, he's like, hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? Seeing this new chick.
To hear you feel used by me, I feel used by you too. I feel like an idiot for believing that the future we were planning was real, and for adjusting my life in ways that accommodated your insecurities and jealousy and codependent, anxious, avoidant attachment style. Hey, all you people out there that was saying that he's using this therapy speak, is she using the same therapy speak there?
She is.
And she talks about how the way that he acted during their relationship left her in a less financially independent place. She says, got to go, need to finish this case brief before class, can talk at noon Hawaii time. Cool, I think that's for the best. I don't want to be confided in if you're dating other people. So she doesn't want to be confided in a friendly manner, you know, being there for each other emotionally, but she's cool with relying on this guy for finances. You know, the big bummer is, I would really be truly happy for you finding someone new that's a better fit for you if you had attempted to establish some healthy friendship with X boundaries with me, instead of X I'm leading on about potentially getting back together with in the future.
No, he did. He did. He did. He said healthy friendship boundaries. That's why he kept saying, I'll always be there for you as a friend. He kept using the word friend, it seems. He made it clear she was his friend now, and not someone that he potentially was getting back together with in the future. Yes, they apparently they did sex a few like 2 months ago or whatever before all this shit. But this is like that was that. I get that, right? But if he kept using the word friend, did she not feel the need to clarify where they stood? Did she not feel the need to clarify, or like, hey, is there a chance we're getting back in the future, or are we just going to be friends? Did she not feel the need to clarify that herself? And now she's just blaming him for it.
So she wanted to be with this guy even 5-6 months after they had broken up, but now she wants to come out later and gaslight him and basically say that he was the one being toxic. She says, I've given you multiple opportunities for that, one example being 1 week ago, and you've turned them down. Good luck wifing anyone up with those shitty communication skills. Well, it seems like it worked out pretty good for him. He says, these texts are rude and untrue. I'm sorry you feel that way, but now I'm going to ask that you please stop texting me. So Jonah's just taking W's all around. Then later on, he comes back around to give a further apology. He says, I've given this some thought, and I really understand that you are hurt and upset by your former partner moving on and dating and having your name being part of that, because the tabloid had mistaken her for the other woman. That must suck. Us being cool is really important to me, and in that, I don't want to receive these angry messages. Let's just both chill and remember that we care about each other and had something special and beautiful that we can both be thankful for. So basically, he's trying to like let her off the reel. He's like, okay, I see the way she's gonna react to this whole new situation. Obviously, we're not gonna be able to be cordial. We're not gonna be able to be friends. So let me just cut you loose ever so slowly because I'm trying to be the nice guy Jonah Hill that I am. Genuinely, Sarah, I respect you. I empathize on why this would suck to see, and if I wasn't famous, you wouldn't have. So let me just say I will take responsibility, and that sucks. And she says, bruh, that was for have.
Hold on, he missed some shit. Okay, so after he said that, she says, oh my gosh, I love when you tell me how I feel instead of allowing me to express my own feelings. He didn't tell you how you felt. He said, I see how you felt and I acknowledge it. Right? That's what he said. This is both chill there. Yeah. I really understand that you are hurt and upset. He's like, I get it. He's basically, he's not telling her how she feels. He's saying, I understand your feelings. I understand what you're saying, what you're coming off as. This is okay. I get it. I understand this. And she's trying to say he's telling her how she feels instead of letting, bro, what the fuck? But I am slightly impressed by the rest of the things you said in this message. So, okay, cool. We be chill for now. And then she sent him a voicemail. I hear you, and if I didn't create good enough ex-friends.
Because I'm trying to be the nice guy Jonah Hill that I am. Genuinely, Sarah, I respect you. I empathize on why this would suck to see, and if I wasn't famous, you wouldn't have. So let me just say I will take responsibility, and that sucks. And she says, bruh, that was 4 weeks ago. And you kept reassuring me that you want to and will visit me. I mean, that's not something outside the realm when you're trying to be friendly. And you were venting to me about family trauma. That is not appropriate to do with an ex you're trying to create a clear friendship-only boundary with. But it was appropriate that he was paying for her entire lifestyle, right? But let me draw the line there. I can't talk about something I'm going through with my family. Like, what type of bullshit logic is that? She says, you need to think on that, bro. He says, I will. And if talking about family stuff with you was inappropriate as friends, then I apologize.
Hold on. Wasn't there something earlier about, I think he skipped over it. She said something about the finances. Before this. Yeah, big bummer. Really, truly happy finding someone that's healthy friendship with the next boundaries. They can blow me up after I understand. Gotta go any different. Oh, yeah, it feels like right after
to
that
finish
thing.
this case brief before class, can talk at noon Hawaii time. Cool, I think that's for the best. I don't want to be confided in if you're dating other people. So she doesn't want to be...
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, he skipped over this part. As for the finances, I'll get off all that shit ASAP, including my therapist. After the financial promises you made to me. So he was paying, he was like supporting her, it looks like supporting her school, her therapy, and who knows what else. Maybe even her move to Hawaii, and maybe the place she's staying at. I don't know, but we'll see. I don't know if he's gonna get to that point. Promises you made to me and the work opportunities I turned down for you. It's been a lot of readjustment. I appreciated your patience and never wanted you to feel used. That's why I kept in communication with you about it. Maybe next time, try actually saying how you feel instead of pleasing people pleasing. When you don't actually wanna and leaving other people confused. I'm guessing she meant don't. Okay.
confide in a friendly manner, you know, beat the... So she don't get fit that you please stop texting me. So he's on his angry message that we can... Okay, I see the way she's to be on the hill that I am. If I wasn't famous, you wouldn't have. So let me just say I will take responsibility, and that sucks. And she says, bruh, that was 4 weeks ago. And you, when you're trying to be friendly. And you were venting to me a friendship. Oh, the line there, I can't talk about something I'm going through with my family. Like, what type of bullshit logic is that? She says, you need to think on that, bro. He says, I will, and if talking about family stuff with you was inappropriate as friends, then I apologize. She then goes on to say, good luck to you in your speed search for a wifey, so she's still being very spiteful there, very bitter. Hit me up when you can be a real homie, not a baby boy gameplay, conscious or not.
Oh my God,
she's calling him a baby, she's calling him immature. Wait till you guys see the things that she was posting publicly last year during this time, and you're gonna see who was really immature. And this girl continues posting publicly last year during this time, and you're gonna see who was really immature. And this girl continues to make herself look awful with these voice memos that she shares.
It's not all trash talk him. They're like, so many people going, look at this pattern. We can dissect this with this violence wheel, and like...
Insane.
Yeah. It's my right to. I'm taking back my power right now, and I didn't realize how much of my power he took away from me by tricking me into thinking I didn't have it.
She's such a victim.
Also, so many women in my life have said that just by me posting those conversations, it validated their experience. Like, they knew they were treated shit by a guy, but they were like,
shit's a joke,
oh my gosh, I see the same pattern in these messages that I had. It's like, if one of the women in his past actually were able to get a screenshot to me that was absurd, it would have been that one external factor that validated the reality I was losing a grip of.
So yeah, she's just like extra going out of her way to make herself not only try and look like a victim, I guess, but really feel like one. Like, oh, if even one of his ex-girlfriends can please reach out to me. Also, you know, confirming my story, calling him an asshole. Oh, I'd feel so validated. This shit is crazy. He's moved on. He has a baby with someone else. You need to move on too.
In it, if I had seen a screenshot from one of his exes, it could have saved me so much hurt.
Oh my God.
Oh no, it could have saved her so much hurt. This stuff is such bullshit, man. And this is where it just gets hilarious, guys. She starts sharing all these different TikToks, okay? Look at this absolute spineless simp, okay? I don't want to call him a simp just because...
As I say, in response to Darius Jackson, Jonah Hill, and all the other insecure toxic men over what women wear in public posts. What?
He has a girlfriend, like obviously you're not simping for your own girl, but this guy is a pussy.
Hey, babe. I'm gonna go out like this when we run our errands.
Oh, nice, looking cute.
Yeah, I think this is good. I don't know if I want to like.
I'm dying of cringe.
Or like, just really ride that up.
Oh yeah, looks great, babe.
Really?
No one wants to see you out there like that, chick.
I can go out like this?
Yeah, I mean, if you feel comfortable with it.
You sure?
Slap you, my son.
If we walk out and other men start ogling at me and looking at me?
Well, then they have good taste, but I know that you would turn them down because you're with me.
Did they really
See how fucking simple that is?
Did they script the shit? No, they scripted the shit out of that. They scripted the shit out of that. That's why the dude was laughing about it.
See how simple that is? I'm not wearing this because it's cold, so I'm gonna put something else on, but see how simple that is?
And here's where things get extra spicy, guys. I have the old post from last year when all this was actually starting to go down and she was extra bitter. Shout out to my guy Miguel for sending me this. Okay, he was out there on the prowl. He was looking for that evidence because this makes her look really bad. So this is from some famous account that's all within the like celebrity gossip genre. She says today's headlines revolve solely around her side of the text thread, which if you've been following me, you know it's a trend that I despise. One day last August, I sat with a small group of people watching via Instagram stories as Sarah unloaded a series of personal texts between her and Jonah during and after their breakup. The texts were very personal. I wondered why she felt the need to share them with everyone following her and bash him so publicly. First, she says this after they broke up on her public story, saying, "I've gotta stop falling for effeminate men with mommy issues. You guys, it's not working out well for me, but they're just so cute and needy and helpless. Ugh, I can't help myself. How do I stop?" Seems like she's being a little bit toxic there, right? She says, clarification, I was not trying to get back with him. Oh, but she was just also crying about how he got a new girlfriend, and he was apparently leading her on. She says it was nowhere close to that. Just checking in, saying hi, as we have been doing for months. That's exactly what he said you were doing. He's been having a really hard time recently, and been leaning on my emotional support as a friend extra lately. Pick a bitch to be your therapist. You can't have two. Ugh. Yeah, so he was leaning on you emotionally, and you were leaning on him financially. I think you forgot to put that part in your story. Yeah. This woman wonders what triggered this whole expose that's been going on the last couple of weeks. Jonah moved on and was photographed with a new woman shortly after their split. She was mad. She was even back then posting, "Someone please tell them it's not me." You know, she's loving all the attention. She's that type of chick. That's when she had texted him saying, "Hey, let your publicist know that ain't me," all bitter and angry. She says that was her vibes right now. My ex-husband is dead. So obviously she was just so jealous. She was being eaten up by that green monster. She shares a post basically saying, oh, she's going crazy. She needs those psycho hospital socks. And yeah, she's just so salty, saying, homie bought a house for us 5 months ago, had me measure my ring finger size, and named our first child. Thinks he's ready for another relationship already. I guess he was, you know, he's having this baby. LOL, good luck, Mr. Codependent, Anxious Attachment Style. Yeah, look, the thing is, it didn't work out between you guys. I've had a couple girlfriends in the past. We talked about, oh, you know, we could have a baby, we could get married, and guess what? 1 month later, it's over. It
also, there goes those therapy buzzwords again.
happens. That's what you say in relationships. You ponder the future, you imagine the perfect life, but guess what? It doesn't always work out. That doesn't mean you have to be so damn bitter.
Facts.
The text I saw from Jonah was a lot of him apologizing to her for having to see photos of him with a new woman. That's very accurate to what was posted on her story.
Honestly, if he had like detached from me emotionally, like not been depending on me in a partner kind of way,
he wasn't depending on you, he was being friends.
Or at least in the past few months, I'd be maybe happy. But his timeline's just f***ing whack. Like, good luck,
she's still
buddy,
looking at his timeline.
F***ing rude to me.
Yeah, but it wasn't rude on her end to be relying on his finances, right? And then she's just more spiteful on this story, saying, oh, so apparently I can't have a family and career? Okay. And then it was a text from him saying, all I want in life is to be a family person and start a family, so that is and will be my immediate goal. And he did follow through with that. He had a baby with this other woman and put a ring on that finger. I respect that yours is your career, and I respect it deeply. I hope we both get what we want. So obviously it was not working out. She says, honestly, what a badge of fucking honor to have yet another relationship in this way. This woman also speculates that, you know, back when this happened over the weekend, the fact that it is all over the news and major headlines today means she likely reached out to certain outlets to amplify her side of the story. Basically, guys, what I'm saying here is at this point, I see Jonah as 100% innocent. He did not do anything wrong. He was very straightforward with what he wanted in life, and this is really just the bitter ex-girlfriend mad that he actually got what he wanted after she was shitting on this guy over and over again after they had broken up. She tried to paint him out to be a misogynist, a narcissist, all these different terrible things, when in reality he really just moved on and now she is extra bitter. But y'all let me know what you guys think about the situation down below. I'm Team Jonah Hill. In fact, I'm about to go watch Superbad after this just so I can stand in solidarity. But seriously though, guys, thanks for watching. Please drop a like on the video. Please subscribe. As you guys know, it's been your boy, the Tan Superman. and some other crazy drama out here needs to be covered. So I'm out. Peace.
Bruh, like, like, obviously, yeah, I think she's just mad jealous and embarrassed that he's with someone else, especially embarrassed because she got mistaken for the other woman. But she's mad jealous and embarrassed about it, and so she's trying to paint a picture that he was the bad guy and that he did all these bad things to her. When he was straight, he was straightforward. He was clear with everything. He tried to remain friends with her, but she took him being friends with her as wanting to get back with him, and didn't take it upon herself to clarify what they actually were. Like, she took even though he kept saying, "I'll always be there for you as a friend, as a friend, as a friend," she didn't bother clarifying what they were. To her, he was still trying to get back together with her, which is dumb. Like, how do you tell someone? How does someone tell you, "I will always be there for you as a friend," and you think, "Oh, they're trying to get back together with me"? How's that happen? How, Sway? But like, I don't know, man. She just seems mad about it, jealous and embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? So she's doing all these things and going crazy about it. And I guess she wanted him to still be, fawning over her and trying to get back with her. And when that didn't happen, and she found out, oh shit, he's not actually, fawning over me and trying to get back with me. He's got a whole new person and a whole new life. He moved on. How dare he? That's, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it seems that she's feeling, in my opinion. But yeah, that was interesting. Well, but link to the video, link to the channel will always be in the description below. So check out JAMARI, and while you're there, don't forget to do those 3 things I like to ask you to do: like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell for more videos. And you know what it is after that, in case I don't see you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace and much love to you.